Okay, this is the Monday Morning Podcast, everybody. And, I say a lot of dumb things, and they go on for a long time. That's basically what happens here. I saw this YouTube video this week that we're going to have up on the mmpodcast.com. Video is amazing. This fan runs out onto the pitch, as they say, which is basically the soccer field for all the Americans listening to this. He runs out onto the soccer field, and he's got his little sign. This fan, he's harmless, right? Running around with the sign. So you know what's going to happen. 4 security guards are going to tackle the guy and twist his arms up, which is exactly what happens. But this guy, he's not fighting the cops as far as hitting them. He's just making it difficult for them to get his hands together so they can slap the cuffs on him. So they take out their nightsticks, 2 of them, and they start jabbing him in the ribs harder and harder and harder. And what ends up happening next is amazing. We'll be right back after this break. Why did I just do that? Why did I just say, and what happens next? And what happens next will shock you. So anyways, back to the YouTube video. What happens next will shock and amaze you right after this break. And we're back. So anyways, these guys are jabbing this dude in the ribcage harder and harder. And then all of a sudden, 3-4 fans jump out of the stands. And they start running at the cops. And then the cops literally look up. They look like, you ever see like those when the couple of lions take down a zebra or some shit and they begin to feed, and then all of a sudden 40 hyenas show up and then they got to give up the kill? That's basically what happened. They looked up and they're like, oh shit, 4 on 4. So they stood up and they try to have a "we're cops, are you out of your mind? I made you" kind of vibe. And then all of a sudden, those 4 showing up made another 20 people come out of the stands. And next thing you know, the cops are on the run. And then they get beaten down. One guy in particular gets stomped even worse, way worse, actually, than the other guy. It actually goes from shocking to amazing to hilarious to disgusting very quickly. Because, you're always watching these guys getting beaten. This is a fellow sports fan. I don't know. It's one of those things that I always wanted to ask a cop, like, why do you guys, you got a guy down, he's face down. I'm not being a dick. I'm not judging what you do. I don't have your job. I'm just asking. You got a guy face down. Somebody's got their knee on the back of the guy's neck. Somebody else is sitting on his legs. The most he can do is squirm like half an inch. All right? And the guy won't let you cuff him. Why not? Why, rather than just taking an extra 30 seconds to let this guy tire out and then just cuff him? Why do you start booting him in the head or doing atomic knee drops to his spine? Why is that done? I do have a theory. There's 60,000 fans there, and you have like 100 cops. And when I really think about it, the amount of times I've been drunk when I'm at a game and I think about running out on the field, the sobering thought is taking that atomic knee drop to my spine. And, I got busted for drinking and driving back in the late 80s, back when they were actually considering making it possibly an Olympic sport, It was right on that but then the mad Mothers Against Drinking and Driving, they won. It's very close. It's like when Quebec wanted to secede from Canada. Like, it almost happened. Summer Olympics, by the way. Let's not get crazy. It wasn't going to be in the winter. Too much degree of difficulty. But anyways, all those memories of the beatdown that people take, plus the nightmare of the one time I was in the court system and somebody had my driver's license and there was fines and classes and meetings and community service. It just I don't care how many drinks I've had. I'm not doing it. Is that why you guys do it? Sorry, I had the hiccups. Bacon, egg, and cheese here, people. I'm off my oatmeal diet on the road here. Is that why it happens? I've always wondered that shit. I understand why you come up to the window of a car and because at any point if any point I could get shot in the head and die on my job, I guess I would be on edge too. But I would just love to hear it from a cop because all I'm doing is speculating. So we have a video like that this week. We have another hilarious video of a cop pulls over this minivan, and I swear to God, the amount of immigrants that run out of this van, it is unbelievable. Every time you think the last wave of 8 people runs out of this van, another door opens and another 7 people come flying out. And they got Benny Hill music playing, and it's the funniest thing ever. This cop gets so overwhelmed, he doesn't catch anybody. It's like a fat kid if it was raining candy. Every time he gets some in his hand, he'd want to go catch some more, and he'd drop whatever's in his hand. That's basically what happened. Hilarious video. I want to thank people who sent both of those videos in. We kind of have all cop videos this week because I'm trying to draw them out of the weeds here. Because I want to do a Monday morning podcast select with a retired police officer, and I want to hear all these stories. We did interview a cop on Uninformed, but I want to do it again because I have even more questions now. There's another one where a guy he's getting arrested. I don't know what for. It's one of those videos that starts after the altercation starts. As far as I can tell, he changed his name and didn't do it in a legal way. He's being like a rebel. I'm not your property. But the funny thing is this guy knows his rights. And one of the funniest things, one of my favorite police videos to watch is when the person getting arrested, like, knows their rights. You know? Like this cop one time said to this little skater going, "Give me that skateboard." And he goes, "No." And it's just one of those things as a citizen you don't realize. Yeah, like, wait a minute. No, you don't have the right to just take my... You're so, like, do everything the cop says so he doesn't arrest you or beat the shit out of you. You know, you just feel like if you just say no to a cop, you're automatically going to get arrested. Well, this guy is hilarious. They're going, "You're under arrest." And he goes, "What's the charge? What is the charge?" And the guy goes, "It doesn't matter." And he's like, "Yes, it does. I have a right to know as a citizen. I am not your property. I am the property of Yahweh." This guy, I absolutely love this guy. This guy, he has passion. He's informed. He's a little crazy. He is a true patriot, without a doubt. The amount of people who would watch this guy and because he yells Yahweh would just say that he's a nut job is actually a travesty.
Well, I don't care. But once you get off of this, you can't ride your bikes down here. If you can pass that word along, that'll keep people from complaining to me, and I won't come talk to you.
Is there a law change?
What's that?
Is there a law change?
Yeah, you can't ride your bikes on the boardwalk.
When did that law change?
It's been a law for quite a while.
16.16.502 is the civic sectional code that states you can ride your bicycles around out here. So I don't know what law you're referring to.
Damn! Okay, you want to go that way? We can go that way.
If you want to pull out your civic code and you want to look up the code, 16.16.502 states that you can ride your bicycle out here. So if you want to come out here, you want to tell people...
Exactly where?
The Rainbow Harbor Esplanade, which is this entire area that you just parted to. From all the way at the end down there to all the way this around here. That's Rainbow Harbor Esplanade, 15.15.
So did you get your law degree on Facebook, or where did you actually obtain that?
So do I have to have a law degree to be an informed citizen? Is that what you're saying? It's wrong to be informed. It's wrong to know the law. It's wrong to know your rights.
Where you got it.
I got it by knowing my rights. Is it wrong to know your rights as a citizen? Because last time I checked, when officers come and they try to invalidate your rights by telling you bullshit laws and enforcing their opinions, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to support the law. And when the law says you can ride your bikes out here, you have no business coming up and harassing anyone telling them that they shouldn't ride their bikes.
Oh, this is harassment now.
When you tell someone to not ride their bike when they're legally able to ride their bike, yes, that is harassment. Your opinion is irrelevant. The law states we can ride our bike. Now, do you have anything else to say, or are you going to leave us alone?
You have a nice day.
Yeah, you have a nice day. We're going to continue riding on, man.